I decided to completely reimagine SUPERHOT in a way you've never seen. Time still moves only when you move, but here, you are not the main character.
Okay, yeah, this is cool.
With only 4 months of VR game development experience, I'm up against 21 other developers for first place, including one with over 150 games in his portfolio. Will I secure the win and launch this into a full release, or will I disgrace one of the greatest indie games of all time? This is the story of how I transformed the most innovative shooter in years into a God's Eye VR experience where you control the battlefield, not the hero. With the clock ticking, I started work on the core challenge, building the NPC AI. The entire game hinges on these characters making reasonable decisions without the player's help. So, I spent the first few hours giving them all the logic they needed for dynamic battles. Except they kept on trying to go through walls. My plan is to create a game where your ally is outnumbered, and since you cannot control characters, but you can control time and the environment, you must help your ally by juggling bombs, creating obstacles, and redirecting fire to lead him to victory. But while I'm trying to get my NPCs to go around obstacles, let's see what others are doing on the Game Jam Discord server. Ooh, what's this? This is Andyman44, winner of the previous Game Jam, and I'm not surprised to see him here. While I was struggling to make my characters go around walls, he already had a working prototype, visuals included. You see, I had already wasted the first 36 hours of this contest to a bad game idea. Yeah, this is this is not gonna work. But I had to face reality. He set a high bar and my current game looks like trash. So after fixing the movement issue, I retired for the night, determined to give this game a complete makeover the following day. I need an art style that makes it obvious that this game is inspired by SUPERHOT while still retaining its own visual identity. I started with a classic SUPERHOT aesthetic, white environment, red enemies, black objects. But I needed a twist. I tried adding outlines, messing with the materials and shadows, and eventually, I settled on this. I was finally happy with this minimalist, cel-shaded SUPERHOT look, which made the NPCs look like action figures. And although the animations are missing, a more pressing issue became apparent. The player, the literal god in this scenario, couldn't do anything. I immediately fixed that by resizing the entire world to achieve that proper God's Eye view. Then came the heart of this game. Time only moves when you move. Surprisingly, this mechanic worked with no issue. On the other hand, weapons were a big headache. The player could snatch a weapon out of the NPC's hands, leading to them attacking themselves. With 4 hours left at the end of the day, the core mechanics were finally done. And that's exactly where I should have stopped. Instead, I kept polishing what worked, because I was already dreading what came next. See, I've only ever done 2D animations, so while I should have been finding or creating animations for the 3D mannequin, I was instead trying to figure out what the name of the game should be. I settled on Rogue Vantage, though if you can think of something better, drop it in the comments. Back to the animations, I was reminded of a GMTK video where the host was showcasing a game called Killover. And here's what he had to say.
Quick shout out to the clever animation style. Everyone's going to be jacking this style soon, I can feel it.
And so I decided to fulfill his prophecy. Combining the simplicity of SUPERHOT and the stylishness of Killover, I used exaggerated freeze-frame poses instead of complex 3D animations, adding to the action figure feel. And with just a few days left, it's time to polish this experience. Andyman44 shared his second work in progress, but this time, I wasn't worried. I genuinely believed this project can take first place. But as I built the levels and had a friend playtest, I made one chilling discovery. This game is a buggy mess. It's the last day, time is running out, and I'm drowning in a list of things to do. What should I prioritize? Is this game even fun? I don't think I did enough playtesting. Should I risk leaving that in? I think I should start over. Wait, why isn't this working? And with less than a minute left on the clock, I pressed submit. Fun. Hey, very fun and that was feels good. Definitely one of my favorites. Congrats, ally was great design in the last level. Ha ha. The comments were coming in, but I was starting to lose faith in the game. I realized from my Discord showcase that my game wasn't intuitive if you haven't already played it. With the polite reactions piling up, I was ready to shelve this game and consider pivoting to a new project. But just as I was about to make the switch, I watched as the Game Jam host played my game with genuine laughter.
No, that's not what I want to do. Okay. Oh.
And that's when it hit me. I was so obsessed with winning that I forgot that a good game is one that people enjoy. Then, the official results dropped. 5th overall, 2nd in fun, just behind Andyman who got 1st in both. And it showed. While I was focused on winning, he was focused on making an enjoyable experience for the player. And so although I didn't get the official win, I realized that the commenters weren't just being polite. This game is genuinely fun and that's what I need to prioritize. That realization is why I've completely rebuilt this game from scratch, this time focusing on making it more playful and wacky. Try it out and wishlist it on the Meta Horizon store. I want to turn this into a full release, but only if you find it fun too.